Good morning. At this time, please gather those who are young at heart, and your furry friends for a time for all ages and species. Thank you. Today's story is based on one we all know well, The Three Little Piggies, but today I want to think about this old story with a new lens or two. This is the story of the Three Little Kitties. It's adapted from different sources, including the 1922 Flora Annie Steele version. Once upon a time, there was an old mother kitty, and she had three little kitties, and when they were old enough, she sent them out into the world to seek their fortunes. Unfortunately, the first little kitty was just a little bit lazy. You see, he didn't want to work at all, and he built a house out of straw. The second little kitty worked a little bit harder, but she was somewhat unprepared and she built her house out of sticks. Now, when they were done, they sang and danced and played together the rest of the day. The third little kitty worked hard all day and built his house with bricks. It was a sturdy house complete with a fine fireplace and a chimney. It looked like it could withstand the strongest of winds or storms. The other little kitties thought that kitty number three was wasting his time and effort. Now, I want to pause here for just a moment. What made kitty three able to stick with it and build his brick house? Well, one possibility was that it was his reaction to anxiety. For some people, stress and anxiety can do this. It can push them into getting ready and doing what they need to do to stay safe. Now, it's not always the most pleasant way to end up being prepared, but so be it. Our friend the anxious kitty was ready. Let's see what happens next. The next day, a wolf happened to pass by the lane where the three little kitties lived. Oh no! He saw the straw house and he smelled the kitty inside and he thought that that kitty might make a fine snack. How terrible! He knocked on the door and said, "Little kitty, let me in." But the little kitty saw the wolf's big paws and answered back, "No, no, not by the hairs on my chinny chin chin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "I'll huff and puff and blow your house down so." That's exactly what he did. Oh my, that poor kitty. Well, next the wolf opened his jaws very wide and tried to catch the kitty, but luckily the little kitty escaped and ran to hide with the second kitty in the stick house. The wolf continued down the lane and passed by that second house made of sticks. He smelled the kitties inside, so he knocked on the door and he said, little kitties, let me in." But the little kitties saw the wolf's pointy ears through the keyhole and they answered that back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs and the chinny chin chin." Oh, the wolf showed his teeth and said, "I'll huff and puff and blow your house down." And so he did. Oh. Well, the only good that came of this was that the wolf tried to catch both kitties at once. And because he was trying to catch two, he caught neither. Those little kitties scrambled away as fast as they possibly could, and the wolf chased them down the lane and chased them, and almost caught them. But they made it to the brick house and slammed the door closed behind them before the wolf could catch them. The wolf knocked on the door here and said, little kitties, could you just let me in, please?" But the little kitties saw the wolf's narrow eyes, and they answered back, "No, no, no, not by the hairs in our chinny chin chin." So the wolf showed his teeth and said, "I'll huff and I'll puff and I'll blow your house down." Well, there it is. He huffed and he puffed, but he could not blow this house down. At last he was so out of breath he couldn't huff and puff anymore, and thwarted at last he gave up. The kitties were safe because of Kitty 3, our dear prepper one. His reaction to his anxiety, once looked on by others as foolishness, saved him and everyone around him. What about Kitty 1 and 2, who were just getting by at the beginning? Well, for them, stress forced them to make do with what they could, and sometimes stress is this way too. I love how Kitty 3 never turns away Kitty 1 and 2. Let's think a little bit more directly how this relates to us today. We might feel we look silly taking precautions right now and making cat videos for the internet, but stress is doing its job by pushing us to take great lengths and measures that will keep us and those we love safe. We are being Kitty 3. We're preparing for the worst, hoping for the best, and helping ourselves and each other in doing so. Thank you, and may you find safety behind your doorways. Don't worry, no animals were harmed in the making of this silly slideshow. All participants received fair pay in catnip. Thank you.